Hey guys, this is Solidworks Group. For today's video, we're gonna have a look at some of the assembly tips and tricks. I think based on my entire just like 8 years of Solidworks just experiences, I realized actually this game changer, shortcut or just some assembly tips can actually just change your entire just like process of assembly process, because especially when it comes to working on any kind of industry and that there's not going to be only one or two parts, it's going to be a lot of parts. Then if you just like able to just meet pretty fast, then that's going to save a ton of time, and then you're going to make yourself actually just more valuable resource at your company. So that's why I just want to share with you, and then this is actually 3 things I really use all the time. So I just want you to keep that in mind and then just keep trying to utilizing it. Okay, the first technique that I use is, as you already noticed, actually I don't use a lot of actually just toolbar at the top. The reason behind it is, again, actually if you press S button and then you'll be able to actually access one of the kind of shortcut box. And then the way you can access just shortcut box, and then if you want to set up some kind of shortcut box, I just want you to actually watch my previous video, and then that's gonna explain more thoroughly. Okay. So basically, actually, in order for me to access the mating, and then I always set the mates at the first one, and then you'll be able to access it. And so that's why I don't really necessarily use the kind of top tool in a bar. So I could go all the way up and then just go there and then go there. This is just too much work for me. So that's why I rather just press S and then just press mate. Okay. But I'm not even actually using this kind of mating one. So then the question is, how can I activate mates? So then, because I know actually how to do it with the shortcut way. Alright, so let's say we have to just like kind of make this plane coincident to this plane. Then how are we gonna do that? Normally actually the people do it is just go to the mate and then just select 2 faces. Okay, so if you select this face and then select this face, and then it's gonna actually just make coincident, right? And then press OK. That's gonna be the most typical way. It's gonna select this one and then just make the height a little bit different. Okay, but the way I normally do is there's 2 ways. If you select this one and then press Control, press this face and unpress Control, or just release the control, and you'll be able to see actually there's a shortcut kind of boxes kind of showing up for the kind of painting. So it basically recognizes 2 faces, and then okay, those are gonna be definitely high percent actually the relation or just mating relation that I'm gonna do. So that's gonna actually just show very kindly. So coincident was actually what we wanted to do. So I'm just gonna click it. That's gonna do exactly the same thing. Okay. And then even for this kind of concentric mating to here, it's also the same. I just want you to click this one and then press Control and then press this one and then unrelease this control and then just make coincident. Okay, and then just make it just rock rotation if you don't want to actually rock, kind of rotate it. All right, so this is actually gonna saving a lot of time, especially when you kind of are type of person like being a little bit lazy. That's actually exactly me. I'm a very lazy person, so I really want to be all the time efficient and just make it faster. So that could actually saving my energy. That's just one of my actually just big kind of concern. But anyway, so yeah, I'm just gonna try one more time. Just grab this face and then just press Control and then grab this face and then release that control and then just make coincident. Okay, this is perfect. And then the second tip is, I think I'm just gonna fix this the base first and then make sure actually this is not moving and then this. Okay, the second tip might be a little bit more advanced, but I just want to share everything. So I just want you to actually know what's the difference. And actually it's not gonna be like easily utilizable, but especially when you have kind of 2 faces on one part and then the other 2 faces on one part, and then what people normally do, and even Solidworks introduce a lot, is basically just click 2 face and then click 2 face. You have to just keep pressing Control and then release Control whenever you grab multiple faces. And then once you release that one, and then there will be only one option, which is just 2 faces versus the other 2 faces just with mating, because it's gonna be like make the center from the part. So I mean, actually this with mating, nothing wrong, but I personally don't use it. And also, especially when it comes to the sheet metal industry, I realized actually our company actually doesn't use the with mating a lot. I will explain why. Okay, I'm just gonna go back here. I'm just gonna actually make a one extruded kind of cut to indicate actually which side is which one. So, okay, so I'm just gonna put 15. and then I'm just gonna actually go to extrude cut, and then I'm just only gonna actually just extrude cut for just like 10 millimeter. I think that's okay, enough to just differentiate. This side is just like left side, and then alright, so after I'm making some one extrude cut on one side, and then we will be able to actually differentiate actually which side is which side. Okay, I'm just gonna go back to the assembly. So as you can see, actually on the left side, there's a kind of hole, prick hole, and there's a no prick hole over here. Okay, what I'm gonna do is basically there'll be a lot of pieces you're gonna do, but I just want you to basically I'm just gonna actually make this concentric kind of rock rotation. So make sure actually this is not rotatable, so then it's gonna be turning into fully defined state. But the problem is there's a lot of actually ways you can do it, but the simplest way is just if you want to actually rotate this kind of precut side to the right side, then actually you might actually think, okay, I'm just gonna go here and then delete the to relation, and then just like make it correct after rotating, and I'm just gonna put to the meeting, which is just concentrate and the width meeting one more time. But that is really beginners kind of mistake, because you have to do how many times? So you have to delete, you have to rotate, you have to create 2 more. So that's actually we are using, which is suppress for those kind of functions. So if you suppress, and then you'll be able to rotate it, and then you can actually just like click here and then suppress it. However, you might notice actually, okay, we rotated 180 degree, but why is it coming back? That is just because of the width capability. So then, what if actually we don't use width? And then let's just go to the mate one more time. And then this time, I'm just gonna try different method. Okay? If you go to the advanced, and then there's the width is just one of the most typically used and then introduced from the Solidworks, but if you use a symmetry, it's going to show different result. So the way you can actually just like set up the symmetry is, the only difference is you're going to selecting the other 2 faces of one part, but you have to select the mid plane. Okay, alright, so if you click here and then just like find out the mid plane, it might be actually front plane or just top plane. So this is the worst case, because in this case we don't have any kind of the mid plane. That is not the best case. So the best practice is just you can probably just create another mid plane by selecting these 2 faces basically. So if you actually just selecting the other face, and then go to the feature, and then go to the reference geometry, and then create a plane, and then that's gonna recognize 2 each end, and then creating a center plane for us. Okay, I'm just gonna hit OK, and then you can notice actually plane 1 is the center plane. So if you want to change the name, and then you can just like basically center plane. That's good. And then I'm just gonna save it and then close it. And then there's a center plane over here. So let's just try to just create a symmetry relation. So the way you can activate the symmetry relation is just click the symmetry, and then just I want you to actually expand this tree, and then click the center plane first, and then you have to actually select 2 faces. Okay, I'm gonna select this face and then this face. It's gonna do exactly the same function as width meeting. Okay, so from here, so what I want you to do is I'm just gonna actually just suppress this symmetry, and then I'm just gonna rotate it 180 degree. Okay, and then when you actually just like suppress the width meeting and then unsuppress the width mating, and then it's gonna coming back. But when you press unsuppress this time after rotating, this is still maintained. This is what I really like about actually just this the symmetry mating over the width mating, because you can actually rotate it. Even actually you made a mistakenly just like put a kind of incorrect relation, you can easily suppress and unsuppress, and then that's gonna just fix that issue, kind of directional issue. Okay, that's just the second tip. And the next tip will be, I think this is gonna be like people's big kind of frustration. But what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna click this 2 face, and I'm just gonna actually just like press Control to just copy those 2 faces all together. This is just a small tip, but once you instead of actually you copy just one part, and then I just want you to actually just copy one more this time, and I'm just gonna mate one more time. But you have to do like several steps. But if you want to actually maintain this mate for this part and then this part, but only except this one, I just want to copy one more time. Then the way you can do is you can just like click 2 parts, press Control, drag, and drag up, and then as you can see actually some mates increase just because actually the mates exist for 2 parts only. That's just gonna be keep maintaining and then just copy all together. So then actually you can just rotate and then basically just click it. And then just click this part and then just make a concentric relation, and then this time actually if you know actually which face is just the center face, and then you can actually see this is the center plane. So it's the depends on the order of the the faces that you have to select. So I'm just gonna press this one and then press this one, and then there will be a symmetry relation, because the order is you have to grab the center plane and then just grab the two flat faces next, and then it's gonna activate the symmetry. That's just the way, but especially when you imagine you have so many parts and then you just keep hiding, and then you have to unhide it. So you can press Shift Tab, that's gonna unhide it. But let's say imagine actually you have so many, like hundreds of parts, but you want to actually make everything unhide, but you don't want to do press the Shift Tab 100 times. Are you gonna do that way? Let's say actually everything is like hide, but okay, is there any way in one click like making everything visible, so basically unhide everything? Is there any function? Yeah, there it is. If you right click, there's a show hidden components. Okay, I just want you to actually go show hidden components, and all of a sudden actually you might see actually there's some kind of box showing up, and also that's just kind of asking us to just grab to just like unhide it. So if you click it, it's gonna unhide. Click it, it's gonna unhide. Click it, it's gonna unhide. Okay, click it, it's gonna unhide, and then click it. But still, you have to just click several times, right? So I'm just gonna click undo for everything. The way easily you can just make everything visible, just grab the screen box and then exit show hidden. That's gonna unhide everything. No matter how many parts you're working with, 100,000 parts, it doesn't matter. If you just do right click, show hidden components, grab everything, exit show hidden, that's gonna unhide everything for you. Okay, this is the last tip, but I use this function all the time. All those three techniques are definitely my go-to and all the time I'm using. So I just want you to keep them in mind and just keep trying to utilize it. And then whenever you have any situation that you have to make, I just want you to use these three tips for your application. That's gonna save a ton of time of your design process. Alright, thanks for watching this video, and if this video was helpful, please subscribe, and then I'll see you next one. Bye.